Hi, I'm Don Wadowitz with Awesome You. Last week for National Underdog Day, we talked about the perseverance of underdogs. The 3 weeks prior to that, we talked about goal setting. I want to put these all together as I have my own story of perseverance and goal setting that I was just reminded of this past weekend. Last year at this time, I finished my first season of doing college football broadcasts for UW Whitewater. Their season ended on the wrong side of the score in the Stag Bowl, the Division III National Championship game. But what a ride. This story isn't about that game, however. It's about how I got there. I didn't discover sports broadcasting until I was about 30 years old. Now, to give you a little perspective, guys like Los Angeles Dodgers broadcaster Joe Davis and Chicago Bulls broadcaster Adam Amin, both who also broadcast for national networks, are only in their early 30s right now. They got started with the national networks at least 6 years ago. So right off the bat, you can see I was starting behind the 8 ball, and I knew that going into it. Also, to move up the ranks, you need to be willing to move around, something that I wasn't going to choose to do at that point in my life. Thus, I needed to set realistic goals for where I wanted to be, but also goals that wouldn't limit my potential. Now, knowing how big of a sports fan I am, a lot of people find this hard to believe. But up until that first UW Whitewater game I broadcast on September 14, 2019, I had never been to a college football game at any level, ever. Perhaps even more surprising, it was a conscious choice I made back in about 2005. Back when I was thinking where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do in sportscasting, I identified being the voice of a college sports program as my goal. Now, I was able to reach that goal in working with Milwaukee Area Technical College and Alverno College, where I became the primary person for either public address announcing, broadcasting, or both. Neither had a football program, though, and football was a sport I really wanted to call at the college level. I grew up watching Wisconsin Badgers games as a kid and seeing the electric atmosphere at Big Ten football games. Once I broadcast my first football game in 2003, I knew that it was a sport I wanted to broadcast at the college level. So I made a pact with myself. I wouldn't attend a college football game as a fan until I had the opportunity to work one in some capacity. This really guided me and lit a fire underneath me. It kept me motivated year after year. I turned down many opportunities to go to college football games. It was difficult, but it kept that fire stoked inside of me and kept me focused on my goal. It would take 15 years. Yes, actually more than 15 years since I made that pact with myself to get to call a college game. And boy, it was worth the journey. I thought this was a great story that showed the results of setting SMART goals and having the perseverance to reach your long-term goals. I hope my over 15-year journey helps inspire you to keeping moving forward toward a long-term goal that you've set for yourself. Review the 3-part goal setting series and figure out what shorter-term SMART process and performance goals you can create for yourself to help you meet a longer-term outcome goal. As always, thanks for your support of Awesome You this year. I wish you a wonderful holiday season and remind you to live life to the fullest and be good to one another. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, friends.